Candace Owens as the next Democrat leader. Before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, you know, a lot of people switch parties. It's nothing unusual. Okay, so you have RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, all once Democrats, now Republicans. And Candace was a Democrat social justice lawyer, you know, and she even said she was feminist at one point, and reinvented herself to red pill black, and she became a conservative black woman is what she was, her grift, and she played it really well up until this point. And right now the Dems need a new leader. Their approval is like the lowest it's ever been, 17% I believe, and so they're all looking at Stephen A. Smith as a new leader. I remember that was going around for a while, and that the party asked him, will you run for president? And it's ridiculous, but it's not him. He wouldn't be that guy, and it wouldn't be Jasmine Crockett, who's trying to reinvent herself. I mean, she straightened her hair, she got rid of the long nails, and she's looking more presentable, like she's actually, you know, a senator or someone in respectable, okay, not ghetto. She's trying to distance herself from that ghetto, you know, persona, right? And so she got rid of the lashes as well, and she's throwing AOC under the bus, saying her and Bernie are narcissists. It takes one to know one, right? And you know, they're making it all about themselves. Now, Candace would fit in this party because she is the biggest narcissist out of all of them combined, and her optics so far, they look pretty good as a Democrat woman of color. You know, she has her white boyfriend or white husband, just like Kamala Harris, AOC, Ketanji Jackson. You know, they always will talk crap about white men, but then they have a white husband. And so I think that she would destroy any of these people in a debate. She is a master manipulator, being on both sides now, and she could play the you know, the talking points better. She has invoked the race card before, and I've seen her, and I mentioned it in another video where Ted Lieu, in a congressional hearing, you know, he took out his cell phone and he sliced up this answer about Hitler. She was talking about Hitler and being a nationalist and not a globalist and all this stuff, and he's trying to insinuate she's a white supremacist and a racist and this and that. And her response was, obviously Ted Lieu thinks all black people are stupid. You know, she invoked the race card there. So she, you know, has no qualms about playing that card when she needs to play that card. And so, you know, she still has her Democrat ways, her feminist ways. She could be girl bossy like she was on the Nick Fuentes interview, and she's very condescending too. She was very condescending in that whole podcast. It was hard to watch her. She had like this rage in her eyes, and she had like this dark aura around her. She is very she is like a Sith. She is like Darth Maul. You know, if I had to choose, I have to pick one of the Sith apprentices. She's Darth Maul, and she's like right now in the Phantom Menace, the first film, where he goes up to Palpatine, and Palpatine would be Michelle Obama, and he would say, soon we will reveal ourselves. You know what I mean? Because I think right now it's being played around, and everyone is seeing that nobody here in the Democratic Party has any kind of leadership qualities. She did take she infiltrated the Conservative Party and had everyone love her. She even got on Fox News as an analyst, and the Daily Wire, and Turning Point, with Charlie Kirk. She played all of them, and got what she wanted. Got everyone to worship her, or the party, like that she was the black conservative. That was her grift. And because she knew at that time where Trump was being smeared and as a racist, that's the narrative that the liberal media was going with, and just kept calling him racist, and so she was gonna be the black conservative, right? And it seemed like the Conservative Party just said, okay, yeah, let's just have her in there so it makes us look good, and which was wrong, for one thing, because she didn't really add anything to the party, except that, yeah, she was black, but she isn't a black conservative like Larry Elder is, where he's very smart and not just. I know that she was also trying to sell the whole new younger people, the next generation. She's a millennial and this and that, and she's conservative, and she had all the talking points that she was trying to, she'd say, whether it's like make me a sandwich and all this other bullshit that she's doing. Now, so the Dems need a new leader. She does have the optics. She has the white husband, Stephen A. Smith. No, it ain't gonna work. The reason why I came to this I was playing around with it, just entertaining myself, because I saw a clip where she talked about, she was on the phone with Donald Trump, and this is before he ran, and she was asking him, and he was like on the phone on her podcast, and she's all, so are you going to be running for the 2024? Are you going to be campaigning and running for president? And he said, you know what, I'm not going to announce that right now. And then she's all, what about a Trump Owens ticket? And she's throwing that out there, but the bitch really means it. She's power hungry, and she later on, I was as I was going through a lot of these posts that she's done or whatever, and then she posted about running for office too at one point, or she's like, I'm not going to do that, or I'm thinking about this, and so it's been in her, it's in the back of her mind somewhere. It's in her bucket list. Okay. However, she got some really good backing with her husband, worth $150 million. So so that was what sparked it for me to go, after this whole Macron thing, she's gonna die on this hill. She's never went down the conspiracy theory of Michelle Obama, because everyone always talks about Michelle Obama, and even in a joking manner, like I hear it on the Benny Johnson podcast, he's all Big Mike. We all know who Big Mike is when he says that, or anyone else will say Big Mike. We know what they're talking about. Everyone knows what they're talking about, because it all stems from these interviews. Oh, well, not interviews, but speeches that Barack Obama made about him calling his wife, instead of Michelle, Michael, and Joan Rivers, with when she was asked by a reporter, well, what do you think of us? Will we ever have the first gay president? And she goes, we already have the first gay president. We have Barack Obama, and Michelle is a transgender, and we all know that. And then she disappeared a month later. She was dead, right? So I guess they didn't really want that out there, but you can find a clip of that. She said that, okay? I'm not making that up. And so she never entertained that. She's all about conspiracy theories all of a sudden, right? That's her new thing, Candace Owens. but she never went down that rabbit hole. I wonder why. Everything else is up for grabs, but that's like kind of off limits. Everyone's like, I don't know. So that is one thing. Maybe she did. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really watch her that much. Maybe she did do that, but I don't know. From what I've seen, maybe she's allude to it, and maybe she has called Michelle Big Mike. I don't know, but she's never really went so savage on it like this Macron, Bridget Macron. How she's going so hard on this. Like, you're gonna die a man. You were born a man. You're gonna die a man. And her series was just her saying, if you don't believe what I'm saying, then you're crazy. It's sort of just, it's sort of like a leftist tactic. If you don't acknowledge transgender people as transgender women as women, then you're a transphobe. But she's taking it more personal. If you don't believe what I'm saying, what I'm spewing out, you're crazy. How could you not? I mean, look at all the evidence, and there's never any evidence, right? And so Steven Crowder was going down the checklist of the things that she asked the Macrons, and then they were sent to her, but she is not. She's, for some odd reason, she's not showing that evidence. Now she's always moving the goalposts, and she goes, I want a blood test now. At first she wanted pictures of her raising her kids. They did apparently send it to her, but she's not sending it. She's not posting out any of that. But I think Steven Crowder was like posting it and showing it. And so she just keeps on moving the goalposts, like, no, I want a blood test. I want to see, it's like, whatever. Okay, so one thing that she is doing is that she's turning on Trump. She's turned on Trump since day one, pretty much. She's never acknowledged any kind of accomplishments, really, on Trump. She, at the time of the bombing of Iran, she told her audience that, Trump is saying that Maga people are stupid, and she is also, anyone in like Elon Musk. She was attacking him for just having a lot of children. Remember, she was calling him he has too many baby mamas. What does that have to do with anything? I mean, yeah, he has a lot of kids, but he could afford them. Right, it's not like people in the black community who are just having babies. These women are having babies so they can get more welfare and get more HUD, get more food stamps, benefits, whatever. And so I don't know. She started attacking him over that baby mama drama thing. It's very, talk show level kind of crap that she kind of speaks about, and. Like I did mention that she is a failed actor, and there's a part of her that likes the Hollywood kind of celebrity. I wouldn't say that limelight, but she does get in there, whether it's having a beef with Cardi B, Christina Applegate. She'll say the things that conservatives will say about celebrities, like, hey, we don't care what celebrities think. But then if Ye will compliment her, and then she's just like, oh, okay, now she cares about what a celebrity will think about her or whatever. She could always just go along to get along. And thinking that everyone forgets what she just said the previous day, whether if she was talking bad about celebrity, but then here she is. It's always, if it's not, it's weird. She's not talking about a lot of these things right now about Obama with Tulsi Gabbard, and because I know that she's caught up in this whole Macron thing, but then she always has a lot of stories about Justin Bieber, Ryan Reynolds, and just Hollywood bullshit, right? Celebrity crap that no one really cares about. And so I think she does like the whole Hollywood lifestyle thing. That she wants to be. It's like she wanted to be part of that group, but she never got in, and she wasn't accepted. Even when she was a leftist, and she still is a leftist, I believe. But and that's why she gives Harvey Weinstein like this interview, and she's just like worshiping him because here's this big Hollywood guy before, and he's all thank you, Candace, you're the only one giving me a platform to speak my piece, and I believe you, Harvey, and he's done some horrible things, but I mean, I'm just but for the fact is that she's caught up in a lot of this Hollywood stuff, and why, it's interesting how she could just be this one person, and you think that she's adamantly not, she stands behind the talking point, the conservative talking point that middle America people, flyover states, they don't care about these celebrities, but she's all about the culture, right? Because she brings in hip hop and all this stuff as part of Black culture, being why blacks behave the way they do, where it's not, as Nick was arguing with her, it's intrinsic, because his argument was, hey, people in Haiti are doing the same thing, all these black people are just getting all crazy and killing people. And so you have just what happened in the Cincinnati incident, where all these people jumped this old man, and whether he started it or not, it's just like, it's not just going to be a one-on-one thing. You know what I mean? All these other people are going to jump in, and everyone's all applauding, and that's Black culture, right? Or that's just being intrinsic. I mean, it's sort of like because her talking points are like, because father absence. Kamala Anthony has a father, right? But he still goes onto a track meet with a knife and stabs another student. It's not father absent. It's not LBJ. She's blaming the white people again. No, that's just the way blacks are. It's and now that Tulsi Gabbard is declassifying all this stuff about Obama. Yeah, that thuggery is in the White House too. So it's from the streets of Cincinnati all the way to the White House. If there's a black person in there, it's gonna be fucked. There's gonna be some criminality. There's gonna be some bad behavior. And so she, it should feel like home to her, in a sense, because she has grifted. She's played the race card when she was in high school, regarding the three white boys who left some bad messages, some racial messages on her voicemail and on her phone. And she's trying to say on the Joe Rogan show that that was a really interesting time. It was just like, and all these people were appearing out of nowhere. Like, I don't even know why the NAACP were there. If you watch that interview, they called her dad and her called the NAACP. So she's such a liar. And in that whole interview, she was very smug, and she was very condescending. She was very girl bossy to Nick and everything. And she could fit back into the Democrat Party. She could pretty much, they would probably stand behind her. Whether it's Candace Owens and Stephen A. Smith ticket, right? Because if she went up against, say, J.D. Vance on a debate, it'd be race. She'd say race about. She was the time when he picked him. it was around the time of his assassination, Trump assassination attempt 1, and she was speaking on that, but she was also saying that, oh, yes, they just picked J.D. Vance, and she was already alluding, invoking a lot of fear regarding him, about his background and everything like that with some of these tech companies and money and this and that. And even though, yeah, he does still have that working class kind of background, more so than her. She is from Stamford, Connecticut, which is a well-to-do place, well-to-do. When she speaks about being poor, she's mainly speaking about her grandfather being a sharecropper. She'll bring that up, but she won't bring up the fact that they're well-to-do. Okay, they live in an affluent area of Connecticut. You look that up. And so, just like AOC, she is, again, just like a Democrat, just a real liberal, where their background is kind of checkered, and she's trying to cover it all up. You go on her Wikipedia page, she doesn't, under family, or she doesn't have any of her relatives, her sisters, brothers, or whatever, or dad or whatever. She has her her father-in-law as family. I was just like, it's just, it seems groomed. That's all I'm saying. That she, out of everyone that could take the Democrat, she could be a populist. She could be that person that speaks to all sides of the spectrum or whatever, because she's been on both sides and she could play that card, and but as far as the money is concerned, she could be on the Democrat side, and whether she leaves her husband or whatever and just becomes full hardcore liberal independent woman and everything. And she'd love having Beyonce at her rallies and mixing it up with all these celebrities. I could see her just being fond, all these celebrities fawning over her and everything as the savior. She would eat it up. I could just, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like I said, it's really not far-fetched if you think about this. Let me know in the comments section. Do you think, is this a probability? Could you see this as someone who could come in and infiltrate the Democratic Party and lead it, is with Candace Owens, or not? Or is it Stephen A. Smith? Okay, so leave me a comment below, and with that, I'll shut up, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.